Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl Star Flames, and we're back with another video. So guys, in this video we're gonna talk about Kim K's happy that Bianca Censori is back with Ye. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because I'm learning that Kim Kardashian is super happy that Bianca and Ye are back together, because Kim Kardashian believes that whenever Bianca Censori is with Ye, her and her kids' lives are at peace, because Ye is not attacking her or unwarrantedly accusing her or telling any lies on the internet about her, because Bianca keeps him calm, she keeps him happy and at peace, and whatever he asks Bianca to do, she does it so as to keep him happy. No, this has me wondering, honey. It has me really wondering. Could Kim Kardashian pay Bianca Censori to get back to Ye? Because do you guys remember that article that we went through 2 weeks ago? In the article, it is suggesting that Kim Kardashian is coming up with a plan to see how she can convince Bianca Censori to get back with Ye, because she believes that whenever Bianca Censori is with Ye, that's the most peaceful she has ever been, and her kids, because at that point in time, Ye is so busy with Bianca Censori traveling across the world that Ye doesn't even have time for the kids. He doesn't have time to pick a fuss or fight with her. So Kim wanted to come up with some divine intervention plan to get Bianca Censori back in Ye's life, because she believes that Bianca was the remedy to all their problems. She believes that if Bianca came back, you would stop going off on people on the internet, and you would stop putting out attack pieces on her and the kids. So far, could it be that this strategy of Kim has worked, providing that this is Kim's strategy to get Bianca back with Ye? And if Kim did in fact, come up with this strategy, how much of a pretty penny do you think she paid Bianca for doing this? Because if Bianca is going to go back to Ye, she's not just going to go back for the sake of going back. I believe that there has to be like really, really good money in it for her. And I believe that the good money is not just coming from one direction. I believe that it could also be potentially coming from both ways, with Kim giving her a pretty penny and Ye giving her a even prettier penny. Do you remember that $15,000 contract that I told you all that Ye was allegedly planning to give to Bianca Censori, and he wanted to come up with this business venture where he sells adult entertainment toys? Bianca Censori would be the model, and she would get half of that business. So it seems as though all, it's full speed ahead, all are on board, because whenever Bianca gets what she wants, she puts up with the abuse, because it is abuse. We may not say it, it's not, but it's literally abuse, and not every abuse are the same. We have different forms of, we have people who abuse people physically, on different levels, emotional, psychological, so abuse comes in different shape and form. The mere fact that a man can say, bitch ran off with my Maybach, and he has two, at which in, if you buy two Maybach, one should be for you, one should be for your wife, knowing especially that this man has been encouraging his wife not to take those multi-million-dollar brand deals she has been getting. So every time she declines an offer, he should be compensating her for that offer. I believe this is something Bianca also needs to do if she is not doing it as yet. Ye is looking out for his best interests, because he's a narcissist. I'm going to keep it real. Many people may not like to hear it, but anyone who can make such vile statements on kids and say they don't regret it, and anyone who can speak about their kids in such manner, telling the public that they regret having kids with Kim publicly, knowing that the child is going to see that, and if he can say, this is a photo of my daughter, his daughter was just having milkshake, it was such an innocent image, And he basically led people to think that this image you're seeing here, it's not as innocent, it is suggestive, and I want you to see it in that suggestive manner without any second thought of how that is going to damage the child, because he's so desperate and hell bent on revenge that he's willing to let loose predators on his child, because that's what he did without even knowing it. That's what he did. He literally set up that child to be stalked. So every time if the mom should post a photograph of that child, those predators, those sick, twisted people are going to remember that Kanye told me that they're selling this child to men like me. So I'm going to go over there, because that's what he did. He told the world that this was an image that was used to traffic his daughter. So as such, Kanye West is a narcissist. So I'm saying that what Bianca needs to do is to ensure that she gets an offer. And if he says decline the offer, she needs to find out the value of that offer that she is declining or refusing. And Ye should compensate her for that offer. Because Ye can build an empire today, burn it down, next year build another, burn it down to the ground. He keeps building empire and burning them down to the ground. That is his business. However, Bianca needs to be compensated just the same. If Bianca is a gold digger in Ye's life at this point in time, you trust and believe me, she deserves every penny that she's getting from that man, because after that man has publicly displayed his madness, his aggression, telling the world that you're all like the next Diddy and Cassie. And if a madman can behave like this on the internet without cares, concern for his wife's feelings or anything, providing that she wasn't on board, because we have to say that. We have to be honest and we have to be real, because we really don't know everything. So providing that she wasn't on board with all his antics and madness that he was doing, she deserves every penny that she gets from him. Because if Ye was so hard to deal with on a digital scope, just imagine being in his atmosphere, sharing space with him, and then with him going off saying all of these things, it's going to affect her even years to come. She's going to have to deal with this even years to come. She will be questioned about this even years to come, and there's no amount of money that can be compensatory enough for her to stay with him. So I'm just saying, any pretty penny that Bianca is getting, she is well deserving of it, and even more deserving of it. But I also have to wonder if Kim Kardashian has played a role in basically paying her to come back, giving her a contract. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for the sanity of my kids and myself, because Kim is getting like over $1 million each year for the kids' child support. And what if she decides that I'm going to fork out half of that? So for every year you stay with this madness that he carries on with across the globe, because the globe is seeing it, you get $500,000. Whatever else goes on in that relationship, I don't care with that part. I just need you to come back and try to stick it out with him as long as possible for the sake of me and my kids, because it's possible that something like that could be going on, or it could be that Kim, might have just helped to persuade her to come back and say, you know what, it's not right, but you can't listen to people and their opinions. If you love him, that's the most important thing. And when you're with him, he's much calmer, which is true. But she was with him when he got off also at the same point in time. So if Bianca wants to go back and take a heck of a chance, it is up to her. But I cannot help but feel somewhat concerned about her, and I cannot help but feel somewhat concerned about her safety, because we still don't know everything in its entirety. But judging from what we've seen on a public scope, providing that everything that went down was organic and not orchestrated, I believe that we all should be concerned for Bianca's health and mental well-being. But anywho, Kim is happy because we know that this is what she wanted. So I believe that Kim Kardashian may potentially be happier than Ye about Bianca going back to Ye. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what's your 2 cents on this topic. While you're at it, thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Peace.
I need somebody and always turn a bad time and always be right there for me. Oh, sunny day. Everybody loves them. But tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? So, a few people have been asking me, like, what did you think of the Kendrick halftime show? And I really loved the show. It was my favorite halftime show since, like, a Michael Jackson era, which I kind of just barely remember. I just be seeing clips of it. And it was super simple. The flag was fresh when they did Be Humble, the way that people's heads was moving. I was just like shook. This is like super fresh, right? The man's voice control, all that. And you know, of course, they built up the controversy on whether he's going to do the record. And then at the end, I saw people saying like this is the worst halftime show. And I'm just like, everybody I know I talked to in real life said this is the best halftime show. And so this is my point right here. When I say one man's in jail, one superstar, one black superstar is in jail. The next black superstar is on stage. They take one rapper to take another rapper down. You gotta remember, watch this. It's like Drake was almost like the new generation R. Kelly. The way R. Kelly had the radio and the smash, all that type of stuff. And then the idea that was put out in the Kendrick song is what R. Kelly is actually locked up for. Now, this information is out here. This could be used, right? And, you know, they give Kendrick everything. He wins everything. Then he does this amazing Super Bowl commercial. I mean, not commercial, I'm sorry. Forwarding slip, shout out, go to easy.com. I didn't do that on purpose, bro. He does this amazing Super Bowl performance, and right after they say it's the worst Super Bowl performance. And I'm like, yo, this is what I've been saying. They use black people against each other, and when they're done with what their agenda is, they're going to kick you out. That's my perspective on it.